Fellas!
I was vibing so hard to that song. You have no idea.
It's a jam. It's just a smooth, chill vibe for a bit of a controversial Thursday, I'd say.
Yeah, we got some shit to start out today. First of all, Thursday, July 15th. Hope everyone enjoyed your Wednesday. Hope everyone enjoyed Game 4. It was an exciting Game 4.
Nail biter.
Good one. D-Book ended up being the only player in history scoring 40 points and 7 fouls. Congrats to D-Book on breaking that record.
I'm honestly, I'm happy they. No, I don't want to. But I'm happy that the Suns didn't cover, because I would have. If that happened again, I would have thrown a fit. But
WNBA All-Stars ended up winning by 8. Called that one off the rip.
Yep.
Told you they're just as fucking talented. And the announcer at the end of the game said too. She goes, "I think this might be the best competition that Team USA faces the whole Olympics. Like both of those teams
for
could
sure.
win gold."
For sure.
But to start off the day, because it is a hot topic right now, and we have to talk about serious things sometimes. The whole Richard Sherman thing started yesterday. He got charged with domestic burglary, domestic assault. Anyways, I have the actual call to the dispatcher from the wife.
Oh goodness.
Because I want this to get out there because people need to understand.
Do you want to do a little background on it? Just like So I don't know. For me, I thought it was pretty weird because at first we just hear. Did you just see the headline?
Yes.
Richard Sherman arrested for burglary and domestic violence.
Yeah.
If you know
anything about Richard Sherman, that is not a Richard Sherman headline.
No, he's a very smart guy. He's
very smart.
And you're like, okay, so this guy broke into a house and then beat up a family member or something. So that's not the case.
So again,
but keep in mind, the thing here, Richard Sherman doesn't have an agent. He represents himself. So as soon as he's taken into custody, there is no one, and he's not on a team. He's a free agent with no agent. There is no one there putting out anything to the media except for the police report. So that's how this started out, and his wife now.
Who tweeted this morning that he did not physically harm anyone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She was very... but anyways, I had a different take on the story before I heard this, so I want everyone to listen to this first, take their own take on it, and then, it's 2 minutes long, so... And it is slightly brutal. Just
911, what are you reporting? I need officers to my house now. My husband is drunk and what can be doing himself. Stop. What's the address? Are there any weapons? Stop. No, there's no gun. I'm saying there are no weapons, ma'am. There are no weapons. You need to stop interrupting me so I can get the information I need to get officers expedited. I need officers here now. What's gonna harm himself. He's being aggressive. He has sent text messages. I took the keys out. They're in your car. He's trying to leave now in the house. He's being aggressive. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He has sent text messages to people saying he's going to hang himself. He's saying that if the police show up, so please don't shoot is what I'm asking. Okay, wait. Say that again. He says if the police show up, he said if the police show up, that he'll try to fight them. So they need to understand that he is. Okay. Has it been physical with anybody there? You said he's trying to fight your uncle? Yes, it has. How has it been physical? He just tried to fight him. Okay, trying to fight somebody and actually being physical is two different things. How has it been physical? It's a 2016 black Mercedes. Richard, please stop! Richard, please stop! Please stop! Is that a sedan, SUV? It's a black sedan Mercedes SUV. Okay. He's not going to be able to get out the gate. I cut it off. What do you mean you cut it off? I cut the gate. We live behind it. It's Richard Sherman. Like, ma'am, this is like a emergency. I need officers here now. I'm handling this. You need to stop telling me that. Okay, but I'm not going to slow help down. He's not going to slow help down. Okay, well, what I need to know is that What's your name? My name is Ashley Sherman. Do you know what his date of birth is?
And then it goes on for about 10 more seconds, just like the wrap up. First of all, the dispatcher should be fired. Absolutely. That is
Why?
Not it. Would you like me to replay it? She's quite literally like arguing with a woman who is fearing for her life. I did see that this got sent to a New Jersey dispatcher who said that is absolutely not what they're trained to do. If someone would have been dead in this situation, if Richard Sherman would have killed someone or killed himself, the dispatcher from New Jersey said she would have been fired and most likely arrested and tried for that dispatch call, because she was quite literally arguing with the wife of Richard Sherman, telling her to stop saying things when this woman is literally afraid for her life. So one, dispatcher should be fired, gone. I have no sympathy for that call at all. Two, I'm really glad that Richard Sherman's wife is extremely intelligent, telling the dispatcher that, not armed, just trying to get through everything. Three, I've seen a lot of shit come out since the beginning of this about Richard Sherman, and I would like talking about all the stuff of what could be going on. Nobody assume anything at the moment right now, because that's a very, very, yes, the dispatcher did almost everything. That's a very, very real thing in a very dark time. I saw the tweet said that he had a handle of vodka and a handle of Hennessy that he had finished.
Yeah.
That's a very dark thing for Richard Sherman to do. He's clearly in not a good spot in his life. And I saw allegations of CTE and things like that. Everyone just hold off on that for now. Like, let's not go there. Because this is a man who's in a very dark place, clearly. And he's texting people he's going to kill himself, blah, blah, blah. This is not a Richard Sherman thing at all. And I don't know Richard Sherman personally, so I can't say it, but this is a highly educated man. And that doesn't mean that he doesn't have his own shit going on, but, like, clearly in a very dark spot right now.
Well, yeah. The thing there, it's like, you can, like, obviously hope that it's not as a result of any brain injuries, because that makes it even darker. But, obviously he was super intoxicated. On the way back home, he was involved in a one-car hit and run as well.
And then he left it in a parking lot, I believe. His car in a parking lot. I think that's how they found it. They found that it was registered to him. So he ended up getting charged. No bail, because
it's on just the exit.
It's still considered a domestic violence, and you can't post bail for domestic violence.
Yeah, that's a Washington state law.
He has to get tried first. I'm going to guess not a lot comes about this besides just Richard Sherman, what goes on with him next kind of thing. Because the wife's not going to press charges. I'm sure the uncle won't press charges. He may get in trouble for the crash in his car and leaving it in a parking lot, but I'm sure it'll get settled somehow. But yeah, that's scary stuff.
Now I'm a little The only thing I'm confused about, just looking at is the burglary aspect, because so I guess it took place at his in-laws' house.
I'm not sure
Because
because she
I
says
remember in the
I
one
cut off the
report,
gate, which makes it sound like her house. But it
yeah,
also says he's wrestling with my uncle, so
which would be
I'm not. So I'm not sure where the burglary part comes in, unless he must have broken into something or other. I'm not sure. I was more focused on that dispatcher call than I was on. I know he crashed his car at some point in the night, either before that or after that. I think it was.
well, no,
before
it was
that.
before. It was 11:26 p.m. He hit another car on the highway, and then crashed into a barrier, and left the car on the exit, and then he was just out of there. So then, and then apparently, I think he went. It's just weird because there's some like conflicting things. Because the first thing that came out after the initial headline was like, no, like nobody got hurt, and I don't like, and then like we don't even think he made it inside the house. So I'm wondering where the 911 call took place, because they also said that there was no evidence, or it didn't seem like his wife was at the in-laws house. So, but it also seemed like he was there where his wife was, and like you said, the gate and all
definitely.
makes it
You
seem
can,
like
hear
their
him in the
house.
background.
So I don't know. Do you think I don't know if he managed to leave there and then go to the in-laws house and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The series of events is a little messy to try to figure out.
I'm sure much more information will be coming out in the next day or two. But I definitely wanted to get that dispatch call out because there are bigger things than just Richard Sherman going off the deep end real quick. Going on here, I believe. I feel bad. I mean, I know that there's no excuses for things like that, but at the same time, Richard Sherman's in a dark place. It sounds like so.
I just hope the man doesn't get like just screwed over by the definition of a law or something, because at the end of the day, it's like verbal abuse does constitute domestic violence. That is within, but I don't know how laws work in Washington, I don't, but like it doesn't matter what you can hear if he's
the biggest.
If they get him for domestic violence charges and he's in jail, like that's the thing.
I would have felt differently about this if the wife called in and you could hear fear in her voice from Richard Sherman, like he's gonna kill me, he's gonna blah blah blah. But she was calling on his behalf,
or if he actually hurt someone, like if he had hurt somebody, if he had
But this wasn't a call in fear of her life. This was a call in fear of his life.
Yeah, if there's never been any situation with him like this before, I hope that there's some kind of leniency in the laws, because it doesn't seem like he should be charged and face the sentence for burglary and domestic violence. That doesn't seem like the case here.
No, he had fines, whatever, probation, sure, but don't lock this man up, and don't ruin something for him going forward.
I mean, you have to charge him with whatever you have to charge him. I just hope there's like further I don't know how. I don't live in Washington.
Yeah, no.
Don't know how that works.
I just hope they don't throw him in jail and they get him help instead, because clearly he's in a dark place. That's all there is to it. Richard Sherman's in a dark place, and I think it really needs to be elaborated on. I don't think people need to find out the source of why it is. Let him have a little bit of privacy.
And not to even make light of it, but honestly, the dude could have just been hammered. Like, people do insane things that you never think you're even capable of. Yeah. It could be anything. And that's why I'm hoping if it's just a
bad day.
If he's let's say he's not, let's say he's not like, clinically depressed or going through anything like that, but just a bad day, try to drink it away a little bit too hard, and then
2 handles of alcohol.
And then you just It just it seems like a mistake, but at the end of the day,
If it was
what that was does constitute domestic violence, not in the sense of anyone getting hurt, but it is within the law, and I just hope that doesn't screw him over.
Yeah, and not to judge a book by its cover, because I have no idea. But if this would have happened to a different player besides Richard Sherman, I probably wouldn't have been so, oh, let's just get him the help he needs. But the fact that this is Richard Sherman, and I know that he is highly educated man who has always presented himself as a highly educated man, and this is just not something that I get it. Everyone's got their shit. Everyone's got their shit.
There's being highly educated, yes, for sure, but we also know.
I'm also talking about like highly educated, as in like he's always had a good head on his shoulders too. Like not just like a smart human being, but he's always had a good head on his shoulders. He's always like when he talks, you can tell. Like,
but you have to. But okay, I get that. But you also know he's not. He does little things a lot, you know, little things, and I'm sure he's aware of it. But like the whole Baker thing, where he said he never dapped him up, and then after like a month of these headlines, there's a video of him dapping him up at the thing. And he's like, "Oops, made a mistake." After that was like I think I agree. He's definitely very, very smart, good head on his shoulders. But I also like, there's always that little like,
there's always those
demons. Yeah, I guess it's demons. I don't know.
The demons, man.
He's always did have the little edge to him.
He's
nothing
got a
like
edge
nothing bad. Nothing.
No.
Well, and even this, nobody got hurt. Nobody. Yeah. As far this is my problem. I guess technically you could call it burglary and domestic violence, but it seems like the least.
Yeah. That doesn't.
The least harmful version of domestic violence and burglary. Like it seems like the least violent that you could still barely fit into the definition. I think they can knock it down to something else.
He got arrested at his in-laws' house. So I'm gonna guess the burglary came at the in-laws. The domestic violence came when he was wrestling his uncle or whatever. But again, I don't think anyone's gonna press charges based off that call and based off the tweet from his wife this morning, saying that like I just want everyone to know that Richard Sherman absolutely did not harm anyone.
Yeah.
Or threaten.
And that's been consistent.
Anyone, blah blah blah. Yeah,
it's consistent that nobody's gotten hurt. The only weird thing is the two houses. There's two houses. What time he was driving? Is that how he went from one to the other? I'm not sure. When the 9. Do you know what the time on the call was? Do you have that anywhere?
Yes.
Because the car.
I do not know actually when the call was.
Okay, actually,
I think the dispatch call came at like almost midnight, like almost midnight.
At 11:26. The police were notified. Oh, okay. So, I guess he was in Kings County, and then they notified the Redmond police that he was traveling to Redmond, possibly. That was at 11:26 p.m., and then at 1:49 a.m. they were called to the residence for reported in-progress burglary.
Yeah, there's a couple things missing from this one.
So I guess, but if they were being notified that he was traveling somewhere, the 911 call must have happened. That must have been the first thing that happened. That call we heard, and then he must have driven to the in-laws' house. That's
because
the only way
you can hear her say, "I stopped the gate." He's now driving.
And if it's like midnight, the burglary call doesn't come in until like 1:50, 1:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. I hope it gets resolved in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And that there's not too many.
Yeah, I hope he has the opportunity to get help. You know, like because if if he can even just get out on a parole or whatever and just start talking to somebody, that'll make a huge difference compared to even.
That's what I'm saying. I hope
even if he has to do like a month, like that's not good for someone in that place.
I hope he just gets probation, gets help, and we're back to seeing Richard Sherman, whether he plays or not.
Yeah, do you think this would affect his?
I mean, he's currently a free agent. He's currently a free agent. I don't know if he was going to play this year anyway.
I think someone was absolutely going to sign him before the season
I
started.
would agree. But we'll see after this.
You'll have to see
we'll see
what
if
the
he
actual
even wants to too.
What? Yeah. True.
Richard, like I said, Richard Sherman's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he might know it's time to.
He might take this and be like,
time
all
to
right, I need to
pump
step
the brakes
away.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, there's definitely something else going on with him, something deeper. But moving on. Actually, not moving on because that is not our only domestic violence.
No, not the only
yesterday.
NFL player involved in a domestic violence case, but this one.
This one's on the other side.
Yeah, the
Pittsburgh Steelers,
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins, injured by wife who is now facing a domestic violence charge. I didn't do hardly any research into this, so if you know what's going on here.
Yeah, so this happened. The actual thing happened earlier this month. Calabria, Gondrezics, Haskins is charged with battery and domestic violence resulting in bodily harm. So that's the big one. That's not just reportedly punched Dwayne Haskins in the mouth after a disagreement. A piece of his tooth was found on the floor after, so it was
a split upper lip and a missing tooth.
Yeah, it was not a. That was a whack.
That is a hell of a hit.
The injuries were reported substantial. More injuries to his mouth. He's going to require dental work. They were reportedly in town for a wedding.
In Vegas. Police got called at 2:30 in the morning. And Haskins went to the hospital. There's no real comment on anything.
So, here's one thing that's interesting to me. So everyone had thought that these two were engaged, Dwayne and his wife. It turns out.
I mean, her last name's Haskins. So.
It turns out that they were actually got married on March 19th, and they're planning on renewing their vows, but saying it was their wedding. So they might have been. That seems not to read into it all, but this is the only information in here that's anything besides just like, the straightforward cold call what happened.
Yeah.
That does seem like it could be a source of a dispute between them. I think that's definitely an interesting little thing here.
Just from what I know about Haskins in a short time in the league, this is not the only person that's wanted to punch him in the face. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I don't know what you do after this as far as your relationship or your, because he's pressing charges, right? Like she's charged.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he could have not pressed charges, and this would have gone away. So if she's getting charged, he's pressing charges, which means I don't think that marriage is going to work out very well.
Yeah, I mean it's not a great way to start it, but
it's not the best send off into happily ever after.
Obviously we don't know nearly as many details for this one yet.
Yeah.
This only came out at 9. This came out at 9:00 this morning. So
it seems very hush hush, especially because it happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's only been just been reported on now, which is crazy. I don't know. The one thing I keep thinking is I'm really glad he didn't swing back.
I am really glad he didn't swing back. I am very glad good for you for not swinging back, because
that's when it becomes
that's become a trend for I'm even going to say NFL players in general, for when they get an altercation.
I mean,
swing back.
It's happened a few times.
We've seen it happen.
It's happened enough to be
it's
like
okay.
Too much. And it's like you can't. It's it's really really strong guys who have been just knocking people out for their entire life as their career. So, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm not glad he got punched in the face. That's on pretty bad.
Glad he just took it on the chin and did what I'm sure there was
just
Plenty
deal
of
with it legally.
altercations,
Yeah,
but,
there's definitely going to be a lot more coming out. Again,
I'm glad
this
she didn't
happened
come out
weeks
with a
ago.
missing tooth and
Yeah,
other
right.
things.
But this happened weeks ago, and we're just getting reports on it this morning. So I think we're going to have plenty of information that'll come out about this as we go to the weekend and all that.
But scary stuff. Everyone's kind of losing their fucking mind. This is
Everything's going crazy.
This is not what we want. This is not what we want going into the NFL season, everyone.
Do you want to talk another domestic violence issue?
Is there a third?
No, but our guy Trevor Bauer, not our guy.
Not our guy.
A guy.
A guy named Trevor.
A guy named Trevor Bauer. He was ahead of the curve, I guess. Apparently everyone's just going crazy now. He started the trend. If you remember, I said the first time he got put on administrative leave, I said they either fix it this week or he's on for 21 days and then he's out, right?
Yep.
He's on his third week now. It's not looking good for Trevor.
That's pretty much done for season.
Yes. The Dodgers are probably going to have to release him pretty soon because right now they're having to pay this is a suspension with pay. They're having to pay his salary right now. They're going to have to release him soon.
And it is a hefty one. It's not a
Um,
cheap salary to be paying someone for not playing. But yeah, that's his third absence of leave, and I've never heard of a player getting a third absence of leave and coming back that same season.
The only thing
I could be wrong on that, but
possibly even say the trial for the restraining order takes place on July 3rd, where he plans on contesting the allegations. So maybe they're trying to be really safe and keep him out until then. But I just think if he had anything to disprove anything, that his agent, the team, somebody would want it out there before then to just at least spin the narrative a little bit.
It seemed like they kind of tried to spin the narrative at first.
Well, they tried to get on top.
Like, whoa, yeah, like this doesn't seem like he did really anything. This seemed kind of consensual. And then like the second day came out,
right?
And it was like, whoa,
that's the thing.
Never mind, we were wrong.
And that makes it seem suspicious. He tried to come out, or his camp tried to come out first with the.
Real aggressive
here's the
too,
text.
like,
here's
absolutely not.
But yeah,
blah, blah,
throwing
blah,
up,
so consensual,
dropping the evidence immediately, dropping everything immediately, and then
just a sex caution.
Yeah, and then you hear the girls report and all the injuries and all that, and you're like, okay, that's bad. That is not good. That seems
You're telling me you left with black eyes and you
that seems like no matter how
more than just
I don't think anyone's consenting to that. And then then you just don't hear anything else from Bauer except that he hasn't played for 3 weeks. So I think that's a very bad look that they haven't had anything to be like. They haven't had anything to say. Again, maybe they're trying to keep their cards close to their chest, but I don't see that going well for the guy.
I have a feeling we have seen the last time that Trevor Bauer will play for the Dodgers. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I have a feeling he's gonna.
I think so
too. If he gets released, I think as soon as this goes by, he's gonna get picked up for plenty of money and a big contract. I'm sure there's a lot of teams very, very paying close attention to the situation and waiting for it to get resolved so that they can jump on it because they know the Dodgers probably have to release him. It's too much money to be paying for someone who's not playing on your team, especially the Dodgers right now, who are going to most likely buy after this All-Star break and try and make a push. So very interesting.
The weird thing is he even? I'm not sure if he's even. I'm not sure what he's getting charged with here, because the only trial act actually coming up is about
abuse, right?
Well, I just don't know if
domestic assault. I don't know how it.
I don't see any criminal trial here happening. There's the restraining order hearing, which we heard about before. That's how this kind of all initiated.
Yep.
But there's nothing about the potential charges he's facing. There's nothing about. So I'm not sure if she's not pressing charges and just wants a restraining order. And if that's the case, that seems really, really like something happened. Because why would you just get a restraining order against someone if you're not even, unless you're truly in, you feel like you're in danger.
Fear of your life.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't quite make sense because he went to her place. Or sorry, she went to his place twice. So it wouldn't really seem like if he was like stalking her kind of thing, that would make
Yeah, it
more
also
sense.
is
But I
weird.
don't.
Yeah, that's the whole. Just it all being around this restraining order is also weird. I don't know. I think for all three of these ones, there is going to be a lot more. I mean, it's crazy that we know the most recent one's the Richard Sherman one, and that's the one we have the most information on. Because I think that's the most clear. I think the other ones are just messes. I think they're
Did
gonna
you
be
know that Trevor
messes.
Bauer has pleaded guilty to attempted aggravated assault?
No, I did not. When was that?
I'm just
That's pretty interesting.
hang on. This could have been. Okay, no, it's someone else. Sorry. This is why fucking headlines, dude. It literally says he was charged in 2018 with pointing a handgun at his wife. But then once you go into it, it says, oh, no, that actually wasn't him. That was a different player in general, a completely different player.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Yeah, I'll show you here.
let's
This is the headline.
wait.
No,
So the actual thing is that some other MLB player pointed a gun at Trevor Bauer's wife?
So if you go on Google and you look up Trevor Bauer potential charges,
Yeah.
the second thing that pops up is MLB punishment precedent doesn't bode well for Trevor Bauer. The line, you know how it says like the Google and then it shows like the first line?
Yeah.
He was accused of pointing a semi-automatic handgun at his wife. He pleaded guilty in November 2018 to attempted aggravated assault. And that just stops. So unless you click on that, you think that Trevor Bauer was pleaded guilty in 2018. And then once you go into it, then the second paragraph goes, oh no, someone in the past in 2018, Chicago Cubs shortstop Addison Russell pointed a handgun at his wife.
Oh, so that sentence just was not even about him at all.
It wasn't even Trevor Bauer. It wasn't even Trevor Bauer.
Jeez.
This is just stupid ass reporting.
All right, so then
media.
I walk it back.
Yes.
No gun for Trevor.
No gun. Jesus, that was a whole.
I was gonna say if he's got a wife, she's probably not too happy about it.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Trevor Bauer has a wife?
Yeah, I was like, that probably would have come up, but no. All right. So yeah, there's the trilogy of our assault cases. This is not
Since
good.
MLB implemented its domestic violence policy in the summer of 2015, 14 players, 5 of whom were placed on paid administrative leave, have been suspended for violating it, with suspensions ranging from 15 to 162 games. So it looks like, wow, there's a lot of people since 2015 in the MLB with domestic violence. Yasiel Puig, Miguel Sanel. I don't know that name. Stephen Wright. Wow. Julio Arias. Araldus Chapman. Addison Russell. These are some huge fucking names, by the way. Domingo German.
Are all of these
Domingo
are just
German got
ones? These are just ones that are alleged. These aren't actually people who were, like, they could be innocent in these cases, right?
Some of these games were like 80. Some people got suspended for 80 plus games. So I'm gonna guess that wasn't an.
But this isn't. This is just anyone who's been on leave for any amount of time, right?
Oh, sorry. Players who've been placed on administrative leave, MLB administrative leave, are only Julio Arias, Addison Russell, and Adubel Herrera, and Felipe Vasquez, but he never came back.
Hmm.
All right,
Interesting.
That's interesting. Well, enough with domestic violence talk for today. I've had enough of that. Let's get on a different topic. But that is crazy that we have in one day 3 domestic violence cases to talk about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can we stop hitting each other and stop doing violent things out there, please? Let's all be nice to each other.
Dude, everyone has no idea how to interact with each other anymore.
Dude, nobody knows what to do in public. It's not good. We need like a warm-up period where we just like everyone needs. We should only be allowed to see people like outside of our house for like 4 hours a day. Some federal law that says you can only see people for like 3 to 4 hours a day for the next couple months.
Bro, we just
And
had a
we need to
federal
ease
law
back.
for the
We need to
last
ease back
year.
into this.
We just
Yeah,
had a-
now everyone's going out and shooting each other up and shit. Like, dude, you hear how many school shootings there are and how many fucking killings there are and how many mass murders there are and domestic
There's school
violence there are. Like,
shootings. It's the summer.
dude, before this summer hit, though, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was bad.
That
I
was
have never seen that many school shootings. That was like every fucking day. Oh my God, people. Let's everyone take a chill pill, huh?
We're in a time, huh? You got
We're
any
in a time.
funny fun time stories? You got any cool wacky? Hey, look at this, haha, the fellas. Because I think we're in need of one of those.
COVID just made us all hermits, and now that things are open, people don't know how to interact anymore. Yeah, I know. Apparently, everyone's just decided that instead of, going into COVID, we were all friendly, but coming out of COVID, we all just need to shoot each other. I don't know where in 18 months people got that.
No,
mixed up,
everyone's just tired. They're like, hey, at any given point, I could be put in my house now. Like, I'm not leaving anything on the table. I'm going to a sports game and I'm punching someone in the face. I'm gonna go steal some Hot Wheels from Walmart and oh man, it's gonna be anarchy. Speaking of COVID though,
we're really going into topics today.
guys.
Can we do this after the break? Can we leave on something positive?
Okay.
I have something positive.
I have literally nothing but negative headlines on my screen. So go ahead,
Okay,
Eric.
We're ending with one positive thing, and then we'll come back. All right. The MLB and Rob Manfred. He's finally listened to the people.
No, he's
Gambling
not.
Twitter, it's
No,
just no, he has. It's not. Wait. Gambling Twitter, it's just let's expose people every day. It's insane. Not sure what's gonna happen today. No, Gambling Twitter has been on.
I've heard the
dude. It's just been people trying to expose other people for false and hiding, and some of the allegations are dumber than fuck. Some of them are dumber than shit. You literally there's a bunch of the big guys like Dead Prez and those guys have the same deal that we do for BetUS, but they get like 2.5 times the amount of money that we get for affiliates that sign up. And Dead Prez even showed his screenshot. He's made like $17K off of just affiliates and shit like that.
Hey.
And then they came up with this idea, which was a great idea. I was going to do it myself, where if you sign up for, the book, and then you place a bet up to $50, if you lose it, they'll just refund you because clearly they made money too. And you had people on Twitter being like, "That's the biggest fucking scam," blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, he just offered a fully refundable bet to you. Like, how is that a scam? Yes, he got paid, but he's got 50,000 followers. What the fuck else is he supposed to do? Like, come on. Just because people are making money doesn't make them a scheme.
Wait. You have to understand how affiliate links work, right? At this point, you have to understand when someone says, use this link in the description for this really cool product I love so much, and use my code specific. And it's like, do you think they're doing that for fun? Do you think they're just so? Do you think we really? No, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna say it. We really do just love BetUS, but
I truly do.
I'm not gonna. That's ridiculous. I was honestly thinking that. I was like, we should just pay people $50 to click the link.
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't I? Here, you got a risk-free bet. Put it on fucking anything. Put it on a plus 2,000 parlay. If it hits, keep all of it. I don't want it. If it misses, I'll refund you your $50 bet. Like,
even honestly,
that
seems like incredibly transparent and generous.
More of a scam for you to get my link and then just not pay you anything.
I mean, there's, you can't. Why would you feel scammed?
Because they feel scammed because someone's making money off of them.
But they were making money anyway. They want to give you some of the money.
Gambling Twitter in a nutshell. They think if anyone's making money out of everyone, you're immediately a scheme artist, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter how good you are to your people. It doesn't matter how transparent you are. They just immediately think that you're a fucking terrible human being because they're jealous because you're making money and they're not. There's my rant.
Then don't click their affiliate link. Like what?
Yeah,
if you don't,
shut the fuck up and unfollow me.
You know what? Dude, the easiest way to not give someone money off of signing up for a betting service and using their link, just don't use their thing, dude. Like what? Jeez.
Gambling Twitter is a whole nother fucking animal. That's a whole different species out there.
That is.
I love some of them, but man, some of them can go.
That is the Wild West, absolute Wild West.
But anyways, Rob Manfred apparently doesn't hate baseball as much as we thought. He is going to He's going to take two of the worst rule changes coming into this year, and he's going to change them back, supposedly.
Oh.
The extra innings rule where there's a guy on base at second, he's going to wipe that out. Thank fucking God, because that is the worst rule ever. You know how many extra inning games I've seen that are tied 2-2 going into it, and then one team wins 10-3?
Yeah.
Like, how the
Wild.
fuck is that? Like, how is that anything? He's also going to take away the 7-inning back-to-back games, which, thank you, Jesus. Because I hate betting on 7-inning games, and you can't even bet on them. Because it doesn't make any sense, because it's 7 innings.
I think it made sense for this season.
That's what he said, too. He said coming into COVID, those were COVID rules. With COVID basically on its way out, he's like, I don't see a need for.
You just have to ease it's such a long season. Ease him into it, coming off a shortened one. It makes it. I'm glad it's not permanent. That's a good thing.
Rob, way to do something right for once.
I'm not giving him a clap, but I'll give him.
I'll give
one
him
of
a
those.
little golf clap.
I'll give him a
Like, hey,
nod
give
and
him a little nod and
maybe a wink.
maybe a little wink before you
Nod
go.
and a wink. There you go,
All right.
Rob.
We are going to kick it to a short break for 3 minutes. Come back at 10:50. We'll have a completely different atmosphere, completely different vibe going. We just had to get all the negative things out to start the day. But we're going back to the fellas atmosphere when we come back.
Oh, the fellas show. We're gonna play AOK, I guess, right?
Oh, good.
That makes
yes,
sense,
I need an
'cause
AOK.
everything will be AO.
Yes, everything will be AOK. We'll be back with fun news, good things to talk about. We'll be right back.
Ayo. Just kidding. That's me. That's not the song. Y'all got pranked. fellas, we're back,
Fellas,
and now we're a-okay.
we
Now
are
that we-
okay. We feel better.
Now all the
Stephanie dropped. Good point during the break. Can we just talk about that Giannis block on Ayton last night? That was nuts. That was a two-handed slam coming down. That just got absolutely.
that was
The Greek Freak put on a defensive clinic last night.
easily
Yes. And Holiday locked down CP3.
easily
What did CP3 have? 2 points at half?
lockdown.
Locked down.
Absolutely.
He didn't even have that many assists, too, for
He
not
was
having
in
that great of a
basketball
game.
jail. He was not going
He was.
anywhere.
Which honestly surprised me that game was that close with CP3 in that condition.
Well,
I know
D-Book
dropped
scored
42.
like a madman. But this is exactly if the Bucks can win this series. If they can, this is what I said. This is how they win the finals. They need one guy who isn't Giannis to score a lot, and this time it was Chris Middleton dropped 40. They need Drew Holiday to lock down Chris Paul, check, and they just need Giannis to play well, like Giannis. And
he did.
That Blanc. He got blanked, bro. He got bonked,
Stonks
and then he
and
got
blonks.
blanked. Blancs and stonks. Quite a game. Despite his little, despite the 7 fouls.
Yeah. By the way,
Despite that, no.
D-Book
still.
just broke a record last night. He's the only person in history to ever score 40-plus points and 7 fouls. Only one to ever do it. Congratulations. Imagine if the Suns won that game. How much controversy there would have been.
Yeah, that would have been. I'm glad that didn't. I'm glad that.
I'm really
we don't
glad
have
they
to
didn't
deal
win,
with that.
'cause
I'm glad we
that's
don't
all
have
we
to
would've been
deal with
talking about
that
today.
because
Yeah,
everyone's
that's all
already
we
mad
would've been
enough
talking
and they
about.
didn't even
Yeah, I
win.
know.
Everyone's already pissed and it's like, all right. But
Connaughton, too.
Booker did set an actual record.
Did he?
He's so the most points in the first postseason in his debut postseason. He's at 542. The old record was 521. This was set in the 1967 playoffs by Rick Barry for the Golden State Warriors. So, we're talking. So that means Jordan didn't hit this. LeBron didn't hit this. Nobody hit this in their debut playoffs. This is and keep him. It's D-Book's taking a minute to get him to the playoffs, but
Yeah.
he shattered it.
Though.
We're not even. We got at least 2 games left in the series, and he's beaten it by 21 points already. So he's on a crazy pace. Just let that be known. Despite his 7 fouls, he's still on a crazy pace.
Despite his
Julius
7
Irving is in 3rd. So it's Julius Irving had 518 his debut, playoffs, just the entire thing. Rick Barry had 521. D-Book's at 542 already.
I ain't done.
Insane. He ain't done.
Interesting. Hey, Sean, did you hear about that Max Kellerman trade on ESPN yesterday?
Oh, you're gonna do me like this.
During the break, we talked about it, and he's literally like, "Don't bring it up." Don't.
I was
it up.
like, I
All the
will,
refs are gonna
I
make
will
sure this
lose
series
it.
gets to 7 games, dude. Hey, by the way, can we get the FIBA refs in here, please?
Yeah, the
They
FIBA
are
refs are good.
way better.
Not gonna lie.
Way better than NBA refs. Fuck these NBA refs. I'm sick and tired of them. We either need college basketball refs or we need the FIBA refs because they are way better. And this is, again, why I prefer college basketball a million times over the NBA, is because it's actually enjoyable to watch without everyone trying to fucking get a foul every 3 seconds.
Yeah, different game. That's not so just how basically any
It is a different game. It is a completely different game.
all like the Spanish league, that's just tough. All of the
I just prefer the play of college basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is weird because I do not enjoy college football that much over the NFL. I would much rather watch the NFL than college football, even though it's kind of like the same aspects, I would say.
I'll say this. A good college basketball game solid, but a bad college basketball game is like it's torture. I don't know. For me, it is just
I would say the same thing with college football too. Like a good college football game.
Oh yeah, because there's just
50
like
to 50,
unlimited potential. Yeah, it could just go.
crazy shit
Anything
going on
can always
everywhere.
happen.
But a bad football game is like a 90-0 blowout by Clemson over Texas Christian Lutheran Baptist Jewish Catholic University.
Or just like teams going back and forth and bricking like 8 threes in a row, just trying to be
Yeah.
trying to be Steph, and like nobody
An
can.
8-minute
like,
drought.
Oh my god! You're just sitting there like, is this even a sports? All right.
But yes, let's talk about the Max Kellerman trade. What do you think about it? I believe it was Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, and Maxey for Damian Lillard. Now, I will preface this with a trade that I came up with 3 weeks ago was the exact same trade, but for Kyrie, because I don't think that trade would work with Dame. I think you'd have to give more for Dame.
That trade would never happen unless Dame is like, I want out.
I want out. Or if you throw probably a first round on top of it. You might be able to do it with a first round too. But that's just not worth it. 3 of your top defenders, basically for Dame, I wouldn't do it.
3, well, look, because...
That's got to be 3 of your top defenders, right?
Well, it's
for sure Ben and Matisse.
2 of the top defenders in the NBA, and then Maxey's a great defender, but he does so much more as well.
He's underrated as shit. He's such a good
the thing is,
role player.
He was exactly what you would want from a rookie. So nothing like that's going to be rookie of the year, nothing that's going to blow people's minds. But you saw everything he could do was like, oh, okay. And all the mistakes he made are fixable. There's nothing like whatever we saw with, like, trust me, I've seen unfixable rookies. Okay, we had Markel. Okay, we had Jaleel. We had even Ben's shot. Like how many off seasons have I heard?
He's only
it's
working
just
on
3 though. It's 3 though.
Yeah.
It's 3 though. You're
really
gonna
working
see
on your shots though.
I've heard it all. Maxey is just sometimes he's sloppy with the ball. Sometimes he moves faster than his legs will go, you know.
Inexperienced.
He's just young. It's young guy stuff. It's not some weird thing where he fell off an ATV and injured his shoulder and then now he can't shoot the basketball anymore right after nothing like that. Just a good so I really like Maxey. And part of the reason I don't want to so it's like you can keep first team all defender. Did Matisse get second or team?
He got second team.
He's second team. So, jeez. I don't want to I'm not ready to give him up. Especially not with those 2 young guys who are crucial pieces to the team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. If I was in the Sixers position, I would not look fondly on that trade.
You want to put. This is what I want to do.
But plus, I don't think it's worth it for Dame. It would be a lose-lose situation. Both teams would not benefit from that trade.
Yeah, I think both teams would be worse than next year.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Man.
I think it's tough
Dame and Embiid might just be enough to do anything, regardless of who else is there. Because you'd still have Toby.
Your defense is going to be so bad next year, though. It would drop off your defense immensely.
It's true. That's true.
Then you'd have Tobias, Seth, Joel, Dame. I mean, it's an insane roster, but you better be putting up 125 a game. You guys are going to be the new Brooklyn Nets.
So this is what I would rather do. Get Tyrese Maxey. Get him ready to be the starting point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Ooh.
Get him ready. Whatever he needs. Give him all the... Do not take him out. No matter what he's doing, just let him do it.
Just let him
learn the position.
Let him figure it out.
He will figure it out. Let him do it. He's got the talent. We've all seen it. He's got it. He can play the 1. 2, you got to do Seth at this point. I know, and we'll have Danny Green back too, but the way Seth played in those playoffs, you gotta have that guy in.
And that's also the one player that I have heard from every Sixers fan that you guys have desperately needed for the past 5 years. Some guy to spread the floor, shoot on the perimeter, be a clutch.
He's
perfect.
Far exceeded even that thing. I mean, I think any team in the NBA wishes they had this guy. He is.
I absolutely agree. There's automatic. There's 2 players that I think are very similar in what they do, and that every team could use. And I think I talked with Matty Covers about this, and it is Jay Crowder and it is Seth Curry. Every single team
Crowder's a good one.
That both of those could be on would help. They would help every single team in the NBA if they were on it. Just by spacing, game IQ, just everything. The ability to shoot the ball. I think those two players are so underrated everywhere they go.
Yep.
I think
So
Jay
then-
Crowder's finally getting some respect that he deserves, but that's
So
just
start
because he's in an NBA Finals.
So you can have a starting 5 with Maxey, Seth. We can move Toby back to the 3, which is by far his more natural position than the 4.
Yep.
So then,
Something though.
so even those 3, Maxey, Seth Curry, Toby, as our 1, 2, 3. Then you can finally have Ben back at the 4, where I feel that's what I think needs to happen
Yeah.
more
He's
so
playing the
than
wrong
trying to
position.
get rid of him. He can't be the point forward, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, JoJo at the center. And then your bench rotation is solid, too, because you can have Shake coming off as a backup point guard. And of course, if you want, you can have Ben bring the ball down just for some different looks. You can always do it. The dude's not a bad point guard. His skill set doesn't lend to it, especially with certain rotations. But if Embiid's not off the floor in a certain rotation without Embiid, you can still have him bring up the ball, and you've seen a lot of success like that. But you can't have him be the primary ball handler anymore. But then you can have Shake at the 1, and then Danny Green at the 2. You know, Seth doesn't need to play 40 minutes a game. Dude can play 25, 30. Split it with Danny. 3, you do whatever. Matisse, whatever. And then 4 and 5, you still got Dwight. Hey, I don't want to blow this up yet. I think I might have said it before, right after, but I was being emotional. I was hurt. We got eliminated by the Hawks. It was our year. We got eliminated by the Hawks. 1 seed. Could you imagine? Nope. Sorry.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? So I was a little emotional at the time. I've ran the numbers now. I've put it in an Excel spreadsheet. I think we just keep the core for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Moving on. I'm glad I got you all pepped up about that trade though. That's I enjoy that.
Now,
That is one of
wait,
my
I only
favorite things.
find now hold on. Because now Dame is one of like 5 players in the NBA I'd want to trade Ben Simmons for, first of all. So
Yep.
if that's one that, hey, if we got Dame Lillard on the Sixers,
I
hey.
don't think they do that trade.
No, I don't either. I don't think it ever happens. But if he was on the Sixers, I'd be a happy boy.
Stephanie. So you're trusting the process again, Sean.
Look, anyone that ever told you that the process ended, they don't understand. I've been...
Oh, I just keep thinking back to that YouTube video that you showed me of all the bad things that happened for the Sixers, and the fact that YouTube video is just gonna have more content on it going from.
Yeah,
next
so,
season.
yeah, that video only went up to, like, 2015. And remember, the hope and optimism at the end of that video, too. Oh.
There's some fire being shot around here. Holy hell!
Yeah, well, I am. I am. I've never stopped trusting. Anyone that said, process is over,
No,
nope.
it's still going.
Process ends when we win a chip. I will be dead in the ground for most likely. I will be rotting away and becoming one with the earth, but I'll feel it when whatever unborn babies who are now going to be NBA players by the time this happens go out there and take home and
I saw
something.
a tweet a couple days ago of all the USA guys, the USA team starting 5 kids all standing like in a line. Like it's Dame's son and it's
Yeah.
it's like all 5 of them. They're all like the exact same age. I saw someone quote tweet or it was like, look at in 20 years this is gonna be like the face of blah blah blah, and someone quote tweeted and be like, I can't wait in 5 years when they win every single AAU game 160-1. It was so funny. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, damn, that's so true though. They're gonna get them all on the same team. They're just gonna be little fucking all-stars running around.
Do you want to hear
yeah,
a reported
Steph- that was a good
reported
one.
Ben Simmons trade that I don't want? Really, really, really don't want.
What?
The first Sham comes out, and it's not a whole lot of
Dude,
of
you think it's
information, but
okay to
says
just
that
play
since
someone
Play some
talking?
random
Ben Simmons
ad
trade talks,
over the top
and they want an
of
all-star
our show.
in return.
It didn't
Number
even
one,
stop
are you-
playing when I closed the. Jeez, what a mess. Anyway. Yeah, oh, it's Healed and Bagley. They want to give Healed and Bagley.
Why? That don't make any sense.
And a minimum of 3 first-round picks.
Whoa, all right, that changes the game slightly.
That's I think that.
How does a team even have 3 first-round picks? Do they have 3?
It's probably going to be 2024, 25, and 26.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
not.
if I
It's
like
not
that.
nice. They're probably going to be protected. They're probably. I
That's
don't.
just
I don't
basically-
want
no,
picks
I
at
don't
this
like
moment. But so the people. So there's like
you guys
2
don't need
theories
picks.
that are buzzing around. It's like Healed and Bagley, but that would have to include a bunch of first rounders. Another source said the Sixers wouldn't be interested unless Fox or Halliburton were also included. So
If you got Healed, Fox, and Bagley, that's a different story.
why they have Healed, Fox, and Bagley, and they're terrible.
Yeah, but you'd only be giving up Ben.
Dude, I just think at that point, like, what are we even gonna do? What do we do with that? We just have a pile of
Have
what
a
do you
true
even
point guard. Young talent. Young talent. All right, sorry. Young talent that's trending upwards better than Ben right now.
Are they trending upwards?
I would, yeah. Buddy
What
Hield
did
is
they-
definitely. De'Aaron Fox is definitely.
I'll say Buddy Hield is. I don't know if De'Aaron Fox is. I feel like
you're not on the De'Aaron Fox train.
No, I think he's good, but I think he's gone down a bit since maybe 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
Let me check.
Maybe I'm just not. I haven't been paying attention enough to the Kings, but I feel like they just.
I don't. I remember him starting out really hot this year.
I know, yeah, the team, but
Like the team in general started out really hot this year. He was averaging 25.2 a game.
That's pretty good, man.
3.5
All right.
rebounds and 7.2 assists, all career records for him.
20. Okay.
Shot
25
47%
nice.
from the field, 33% from 3, 72% from free throw line.
All right, so it's just the volume, though, right?
I'm trying to look at his minutes per. Hang on, let me look at his minutes. Minutes per. I mean, no, not really. Last year he was averaging 32. This year he's averaging 35. So like a little bit, but
But is
he
it?
is taking.
This is
he's
for
shooting.
Fox, right?
Yes, he's shooting more. He's making more. Yeah, he's just playing better than he was. He's young too. So yeah,
He is young.
I think De'Aaron Fox would be a good
He's
addition.
only 23.
And then Buddy Hield, I know, had a pretty good season, didn't he? Oh, Buddy Field? No, let's try Buddy Hield, Eric.
Okay, so he was taking 20 attempts a game. All right, so that makes sense. All right.
So Buddy Hield would probably be a role player for you guys. I would guess,
Yeah.
because you'd have Matisse starting in his spot.
No,
Shooting
Matisse
guard?
would not be starting.
No. Or sorry,
it would probably be
yeah.
Seth or Danny.
Oh, okay. You don't. Yeah, I forget. That's so crazy to me that Matisse isn't a starter.
He just is not. He can't score well enough. You'd rather slide him in at the end of the game in crunch time.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think. I mean, I still probably wouldn't. I don't know. If it was Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, and Bagley, I'd be willing to give up Ben Simmons.
Yuck. I wouldn't be entirely mad at it. Here's the thing. That doesn't win you anything, though. When it comes down to it, getting 3 guys who are getting
Yeah, it
better,
really
and
doesn't.
some of them be role players, that won't win anything.
You just saw
That doesn't put to
Ben
the
Simmons can't score problem, and that's
right.
about it.
And it's like that's the thing. At least with Dame, it's like okay, now that could be another. This is like
Well, that's
we're
why
gonna
I
be a 4
that's why I
seed
said
for the
Kyrie.
next 5 years.
That's why I said
Kyrie,
Kyrie.
yeah, because you could get him in an actual trade scenario where a team would actually probably be willing to give him up.
Mhm.
Oh,
And that
he's
is
not.
the most expendable piece of the Brooklyn Nets right now.
The problem is, hear me out.
Yeah.
Kyrie is more like Ben than he is like Dame.
Yeah.
In the sense that,
But he can also score.
yes, his scoring's there, but he is a little more, obviously, he wants the ball in his hand a lot more, but it's his driving, it's his finishing. And I just don't want to have the same problem clogging up the lane,
Gotcha.
you
That
know?
makes sense.
So, but hey, If we end up with Kyrie Irving, I'm cool with that. If we end up with Dame Lillard, I'm cool with that. If we end up with Ben Simmons, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And because Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, and Matisse, I'm cool with that too. But I just don't want a bunch of Sacramento Kings, to be honest. End of the day.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna trade Ben Simmons, you better be getting an elite player out of it, not more Ben Simmons.
Right. More players to me.
Yeah, this is not what the Sixers need right now.
Yeah, it's like in fantasy.
You guys got the depth, you got the defense.
It's like in fantasy when you know that one guy that doesn't know what he's doing, and he has like Alvin Kamara or whatever, and you're like, bro, I will give you 4 running backs for your 1 running back. That was in kindergarten. Rory, if you're listening, I had a holographic Mewtwo Pokemon card. I didn't know what it was. Turns out super rare. It was really like base set. It was sick. I didn't know that. I just found it like on the ground or something. And my friend Rory, who knew more about it at the time, I was a little 5-year-old. I don't know how he knew. He was like, "Oh, bro," and he just hands me like 5 random cards. He's like, "I'll trade you," and I was like, "Yeah, 5 greater than 1." Nope, got fleeced. Because the one is now worth like it was like 20 some bucks. The other 4 are worth like 0.2 of a cent. So don't be kindergarten Sean.
Don't be kindergarten Sean. What else? Oh, still talking about basketball, but on the other side of it, there's some people who have a problem with Candace Parker getting a fucking 2K cover. And guess what? Those people can go fuck themselves.
I mean, first of all, I don't even know, like... Alright, first of all, does anyone even buy games with discs anymore? Does anyone really...
I know there are people out there who are buying the Candace Parker edition because they think the value is going to go up in time.
Interesting. Okay.
They're literally just buying the case and disc because they think, like, in 20 years from now, it's going to be worth a lot as the first person.
Okay, but does anyone who's going to be mad about Candace Parker even going to go out and buy a disc?
Probably not.
And
they probably don't even play 2K if they're mad about it.
And like, what is? Just don't buy that one then. Buy the Luca one if you're really that mad, dude. You have 3 options. That's the thing.
Candace Parker's a baller, and anyone who's mad about it,
and that's true. And the WNBA is in the game. Like, it's not even like.
Did they add the WNBA to this?
They added it in 20, I think, or 21.
Okay,
good. What last one? The one before.
As they should.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty fun, but.
That WNBA All-Star game last night was the most enjoyable All-Star game I have ever watched in my entire life. I have never watched an All-Star game where both teams actually care and both teams have quite clearly the greatest talent in basketball on both sides. Like,
I'll tell you.
That was the best All-Star game I have ever watched. Please, other sports, let's adapt that idea because that was incredible. Like, fun, lighthearted, you could tell, but at the same time, actually playing defense in an all-star game. Actually playing defense. Like, contesting shots, trying to block them. I saw multiple blocks, multiple steals. Like, why can't we have all-stars like games like that? I get it. All-star game's really cool. You're the best of the best.
Well,
this is a time to have some fun, everything like that. But you can still make it fucking competitive.
Yeah.
And not like the men's where it's 180 to 195.
Hey, I will never blame the All-Star game for not being competitive. Just because
it is
I feel like they should.
It is what it is.
If they want it to be more competitive, it can't be in the middle of the season. Like,
yeah.
No one's going to risk getting hurt. No one's going to do anything like that. But, man, I would have loved to see something like this. Team USA for the men's team clearly needed an exhibition first. I would have loved to see something like this. Just take some of the guys who are out of the playoffs and everything. Like, I'm sure people would be willing to play against them.
And do you know how much better this made the women's Team USA team?
It's the best competition they'll face.
Alone, that's the best competition they'll probably face. That Team
better
WNBA
be because they lost.
Could probably go and win the gold medal if they were an Olympic team of themselves. Most likely, I'm gonna guess because the Team USA women are most likely gonna take gold. Mm-hmm. This was the greatest idea I've seen in sports in a long time, and it was so simple and so easy to do. I feel like I just don't know why we don't. And I know the MLB All-Star Game is slightly competitive because it actually means something to a certain degree. So I do enjoy the MLB All-Star Game a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
it is slightly competitive. I mean, the guys are still having fun out there, but it is slightly competitive.
It just
But
less of
man,
a
seeing this
you can
stuff, I'm
still be
like,
competitive in baseball without risking hurting yourself. It can be
Yeah.
it's a game that you can keep fun just purely on their skill.
and I get in football, like it's pretty hard to have an All-Star game that's competitive because you're gonna you're gonna hurt someone.
It
if
will
you go a
never
little
be.
too
You
hard.
just have to
It'll
have
never
fun
be.
seeing guys play. You just the only thing to look forward to in those is seeing a quarterback throw to a wide receiver and being like, "Oh, it's cool seeing those guys have a little catch there." But
But as far
that's
as the
about
NBA,
it.
the NBA missed one on this one because they should have done the exact same thing. It was fun to watch. It was enjoyable. It was competitive. Yeah, it was just a great All-Star game, which I wish more people probably tuned into because it was a great game. It was an exciting game the whole time. It was 55-54 at half. Also, Vegas odds makers absolutely fucking missed one yesterday. Actually, the Vegas odds maker who set that line said it's the biggest miss I've ever had. It opened at 2:30 or something, the total points, and Vegas had to drop the line 50 points because he got it so wrong because they thought it was just an all-star game where people were just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And once Vegas found out that it wasn't going to be like that, and I should have hopped on it earlier, I didn't even think about it. Once Vegas realized that it was actually a competitive game, they had to drop the line 50 points, and the under still happened by another 20, I think.
Jeez.
I should have jumped on that line. That was completely my bad. I should have known better. But yeah, again, this was not a normal, and they kept saying it in the broadcast too, that this is not a normal All-Star
No, that
game.
was the first time they've ever done that.
They're like, all of these women are 5 back on defense every single possession. They're like, that doesn't happen in All-Star games. But no, I had a ton of fun watching that game. I think that should be the layout for every single All-Star game going forward. I know it can't be with the Olympics and everything, but that was fun to watch. That was actually enjoyable. You got to watch the best WNBA players go at it at not quite full speed, but probably 80%. And it was enjoyable. Some of those girls are so fucking good at basketball. Jonquel Jones started out the 3-point contest hotter than anyone I've ever seen start a 3-point contest. Dude, I think she made like 13 of her first 15 shots. It was incredible. Also was stroking it from 3 all game long. Arike Ogunbowale. Oh God. Ogunbowale. God damn it. I normally can get her name, but not other time. She ended up getting an MVP. Jonquel Jones was right behind her with 18 points, 14 boards, and 2 assists. I think Arike ended up with, I'm going to be wrong about this, 24 1-1, I believe. She ended up getting an MVP. Jonquel Jones absolutely also deserved the MVP. I think it probably was a shared trophy at the end of the day because they both balled the fuck out. Courtney Williams also might be one of my new favorite WNBA players. She's this little woman with green hair, and goddamn is she hysterical. She is so funny. She's 5'8", 27. She plays for, I'm gonna get this wrong. Who she play for? I should know this. She plays for Atlanta, the Atlanta Dream. She was hysterical last night and also balled the fuck out. It was her first All-Star appearance. That might be one of my new favorite players. She was so funny on the sidelines, and she plays really hard. I didn't even know who she was, basically, because I don't follow the Atlanta Dream much because the Atlanta Dream kind of sucks. Yeah, very fun. Enjoyed the game a lot last night. If you missed it,
it was something else,
good.
Man.
It was good. The 3 balls were just fucking flying, dude. What else we got today? What else we got? Good stories. No more bad stories.
What about one bad story?
All right, fine. One bad story.
I was gonna start on this one. Bradley Beal for Team USA Olympics did just go into the COVID protocol. Just a couple days before the Olympics at this point.
I think it was on purpose because of how bad he's been playing.
Could very well be, although Oh man, could you imagine? Oh,
Could you imagine?
people faking COVID, getting it's like getting clean piss, but instead you're getting dirty nose swabs in. You put a little thing up your nose. You're like, yeah, I feel pretty sick, man. You got to get up there and test me.
I feel like I'm a little nauseous. I think I got a fever.
So potentially, yes, could.
No, I just thought it was
well
funny
be.
that literally the player who's been playing the worst on Team USA is the only one who went into health and safety protocols.
He was the leading scorer in the Argentina game.
Oh, did he turn around? Okay,
His leading score was 17, but
okay. I was referencing the Australia and the Nigeria game.
He still has not been playing well.
He didn't play so good.
Absolutely not. But so the Team USA debut at the Olympics is July 25th. We don't know if he's contracted it, or
contracted.
He's on that COVID contract, or if he's contract tracing protocols, all that.
Sure, one more today or tomorrow.
Yeah, but the main thing is he played in a game with everyone on Team USA a couple days ago there. And this brings me back to how on earth is he the only one? How is he the...
Well, CP3's had COVID 8 times now? Something like that.
He might or might not be vaccinated. He might have had 3 of the vaccines and they cancel each other out. Who knows? But dude, what a mess. Who knows?
I hope that Team USA has a team to send to the Olympics.
Yeah, right? Could you imagine
the whole team gets contact tracing, can't go?
If we had to forfeit the first round?
Yeah. Wow. But it's okay though, because the women are gonna win every game by 40. So at least we have one Team USA basketball team who's gonna be dominant. Did you hear that Kawhi has an ACL surgery?
Yeah.
Now? He's out indefinitely. I did not think that injury was that bad.
I guess if
it kept him out of the postseason and everything, I could have figured it was that bad, but I didn't think he was gonna have to have surgery by any means.
No, me neither. I felt the same. I was like, I did not know this.
I kind of forgot about it once the Clippers got.
Was it partially torn or fully torn?
Partially.
Okay, so it's a little better, but
I didn't actually see if it was partially torn, but it was like a minor surgery to his ACL.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So it wasn't like a full reconstructive surgery or anything. So I'm gonna guess it's partially torn of some kind. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Kawhi as soon as the Clippers got eliminated. I kind of forgot that he didn't play because of a knee injury. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's right. He's got a bad knee.
Now, guys, let's say, fellas, let's say something does happen to USA, all right? Or they just keep playing bad. They are the favorite in this tournament right now at minus 370. And I'm surprised we haven't actually talked about this yet.
370 is way too high for us.
Australia is the second favorite at plus 850. For those Aussie boys.
850?
Spain's 1200.
What's Nigeria?
Slovenia's 24. France is 26. Nigeria is 29. And Argentina is 34.
Should we put it on the Aussie boys and someone else?
I'm taking the Aussies, and I'm taking...
Wait, that's crazy, actually, because you could put 370 on... You could put $370 on Team USA to win gold.
Mm-hmm.
You could put... How do I do this?
It would be... So 370 would net you 100... Oh, no, it would be so hard...
Hang on. 370 on Team USA. And then that returns $100. So you'd have to bet. You could get $50 on Australia at what, plus
850, so that'd be $425.
So $425. And then you could use
Spain.
another 50.
Yeah, if you want to take either Spain's
you
the
could.
next favorite at 12, or if you like Nigeria or France, there's like 24 to 2900, a bunch of 2000 odds basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're
I'm
right.
trying to think of the smartest way to do this. But yeah, you could theoretically put 370 on Team USA to win, $50 on Australia to win, and then you'd have. I mean, it depends what you
These
want
are
to profit in
updated
this whole
odds
thing.
too. These are after the exhibition games. They were supposed to
could-
be. They started in June as minus 750 favorites.
Whoa. Damn, I wish I would have grabbed it back then. but you
Why?
could put $50 on Australia, because why not? No, I meant like the other teams.
Oh yeah. I
I'm
was
sure they
gonna
were,
say
like,
like,
plus
why'd
1500.
you really want
Yeah,
that
no,
minus
yeah.
750?
So you put 370 on Team USA, you put 50 on Australia, and then you put 50 on some random other team, and you hope. And then if Team USA wins, you only end up losing like $50.
True.
And if anyone else wins, which should be Australia or Spain, most likely, would be the next ones, you would profit a decent chunk. Interesting. Might have to pull that off. I know Stephanie loves her no loss guarantees for small profits.
I'm just not good enough at math, and all that. Every
know,
time
right?
I think I have a no loss, I end up having
you
the
end up
biggest.
betting 4 times on the same hole.
Yeah, I
waiting
just-
for Aaron Rodgers to drop a 12-foot putt, which he did.
That's the only time it's ever went well. I always think I have the book beat. I'm like, oh, got my abacus. I'm like, okay. And then I managed to lose like 3 bets instead of 1 bet.
Yeah, you do every once in a while pull a little something going on.
Sometimes it works.
Let's kick it to one last break. Come
Oh
back.
yeah, I
can talk
forgot
about,
that we could even do that.
Yeah, come
I'm
back.
just locked in.
I'll talk about the solo MLB bet we have today.
Ooh.
I want to talk about the Seattle Kraken a little bit, because that's starting to come to light, and there's been a lot of moves across the NHL in preparation for this. So when we come back, we'll be back for about a half hour, talk a couple more stories, and then Fella Friday tomorrow. Boy, do we have a big fucking day tomorrow.
We got
Boy, do we have a big fucking day tomorrow.
We got big guest.
We have a big day.
Big guest. Big news.
Big
Let's
news.
just say. Fella show's gonna be looking. It's gonna be looking different next week.
Let's just say indulge in the scenery you see now, because it might be changing.
When you look back on the history of the Fellas,
Remember
this will be an era. This will be an era. Oh wait, can I? Before we go to break, I just wanted to. I finally updated the playlist we have of all the live shows, right?
Yeah.
And we're at 48, which means Monday, the first show will be our 50th, the first show with a certain twist that you're going to see on Monday. And I'm not going to tell you. It will be the 50th show. We're going to pop the champagne. We're going black tie, baby. This is a formal event.
Let's go. I'm excited.
It could not have played out any better.
It really couldn't have.
Actually, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's
All right.
going to be great, fellas.
Take it to a break. We'll
be right
back.
back.
Some more news. A little bit of betting.
Oh
'cause we're
boy.
almost back to betting.
Hey,
Also,
you know how it
wait,
goes.
How's my tennis parlay going that I posted on Twitter? Hang on.
Tennis update. Tennis update.
Tennis updates. Now, leg one, Kaylina.
Tennis update.
Kaylina won at 5 a.m. in straight sets this morning at minus 125. Great win. Saw it coming from a mile away. Laxinen is up. He won the first set 6-2. They're tied 3-3 in the second set. All right.
So it's not rigged.
Come on, Laxinen. And then we got Viralis at noon. Let's go. All right, kick it to a break. We'll be back shortly.
Okay.
No.
I don't want to be that guy, but that his name kind of
Send it.
sounded like laxative. Fellas,
Fellas.
we're back. It's 11:37.
We are going to talk about NHL expansion draft real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let's do it.
On July 21st, we will be having another expansion draft in the NHL for the Seattle Kraken. They will be under the exact same drafting rules that the Vegas Golden Knights were.
Cool.
Now, some things to know. Hang on. First of all, Vegas is exempt from the expansion draft. Las Vegas does not have anything to do. The Golden Knights have nothing to do with anything. They don't need to protect anyone. Nothing. I guess it's because they're a brand new franchise as well.
Take your Golden Knight future right now.
Yeah, right. What are the rules for teams protecting players? All right.
Wait, first, when is this?
July 21st.
Very soon.
Very soon. Next week. Next week on Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday night.
Exciting.
Very exciting. Because this will shake some things up. And there's already been some teams making some moves. I'll get to that in a little bit. Anyways, what are the rules for teams protecting players? I'm just going to read a little bit. The 30 teams in the expansion draft can protect 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goalie. Or they can protect 8 skaters and 1 goalie. So you either have to do 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and a goalie, or you can just protect 8 random players and 1 goalie. All first-year and second-year NHL players and all unsigned draft picks are exempt from the expansion draft. So if you have a rookie, a second year in the NHL, I might add, because this the Wild, I know, have Kirill Kaprizov, who has technically been playing professional for 4 years, but this was his first season in the NHL, so he will be protected. Sorry. Anyways, so those people do not count towards that. There are minimum requirements for players exposed in the expansion draft. There must be at least 2 forwards and 1 defenseman exposed who are under contract for the 2021-2022 season. So basically 3 players who played at least 40 games last season or 70 games over the last 2 seasons. So you can't just put up a guy who tore his ACL last year and hope that he gets taken. 70 games of the last 2 seasons, and 1 goalie exposed who is under contract for the next season as well, or will be a restricted free agent this offseason, as long as that pending restricted free agent goalie has received his qualifying offer this summer. One important thing to remember for these requirements: players who have potential career-ending injuries that have missed more than 60 straight games or have a confirmed career-threatening injury can't be used to satisfy a team's player exposure requirements unless the NHL signs off on it. So that is the biggest requirements. That's the most common requirements of what's going to happen. Now, for other teams in preparation of this, I know I can only speak really for the Minnesota Wild, but we just bought out 2 contracts, 13-year contracts, 9 years in, for Zach Parise and Ryan Suter. We bought them out so they can go on free agency. Like I said, they were signed for 13 years. They played 9 of them, so we bought out the last 4. And I think a lot of teams are going to be doing that in preparation for this expansion draft, because there's a lot of players that have to be signed, especially for an up-and-coming team like the Wild right now, a young up-and-coming team. We have a bunch of players to sign. You're going to see a lot of veteran players get bought out, get cut, get whatever in preparation for this expansion draft. There's a lot of pieces and movement. There's a lot of things that a lot of teams are trying to do before July 21st to protect the right players, to give up the right players, and things like that. So yeah, keep an eye on the NHL for the next 6 days. It's going to get a little crazy. There's going to be a lot of movement going on. There's going to be a lot of rumors going on. But yeah, Seattle Kraken gets to draft on Wednesday night. Should be fun. I love expansion drafts, by the way. I don't like them because normally my team ends up being the one that gets screwed the most, like we did the last expansion draft with Vegas, where I lost 2 of my favorite players on the team, which is fine. But I do love expansion drafts because it just throws a wrench in everyone's fucking plans. It just makes the NHL explode. And the Vegas Golden Knights on the last expansion draft almost won the Stanley Cup. So it'd be pretty cool if the Seattle Kraken made it that far too. I don't think they will. Yeah. The Vegas Golden Knights thing was an anomaly. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in expansion history.
That was so cool.
They were supposed to be really, really bad, and they It's just, hey man, when a bunch of third and fourth liners get on a team together and they're all just like, hey, we've been kind of screwed up until now. Our teams clearly didn't want us. We've been on third and fourth lines. And then all of a sudden these third and fourth line guys get first and second line opportunities, and they normally make the most of it. NHL players are skate hard, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to see another team. Excited for the NHL to go to TNT. Excited for Wayne Gretzky to be a commentator.
It's going to be quite a season.
And the NHL is, I think the NHL, I know it gets kind of gets shit on as far as the public, and it's dying. There's only a niche market for hockey and everything. I'm hoping
it's like
that with all these changes, the expansion draft, the Vegas being added, Seattle being added, Wayne Gretzky going to TNT, them moving that whole thing over, I think we could see a rise in the NHL. Remember, the NBA was basically dying until it went to TNT too.
True, big revival.
It was not, and honestly, the NBA numbers are still not doing very well. What did I see the other day? The Euros in America alone got like 10. This is totally wrong. Got like 5 times the viewership that the NBA Finals did. Like any game in the NBA Finals got like 5 times the amount of viewership for the Euros in the US, which is pretty crazy, because if there's one sport that I thought Americans didn't care about hockey as much, it was soccer.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I remember when the football and NBA were going on at the same time, and everyone was saying the narrative for the past like 3 years is, oh, football is going to be slowly dying with CTE and all this stuff, and parents not wanting kids to play, blah, blah, blah. And NBA's on the rise, blah, blah, blah. And then last year during COVID, we got to see the two go at it side by side. And I think the NBA Finals, I remember, it was a noon game between the Washington football team and the Baltimore Ravens. A noon game on a Sunday got twice the viewership as the NBA Finals that day. That's absurd. The Washington football team and Baltimore Ravens beat double the ratings that the NBA Finals had. That's absurd. So yeah, no, NBA is not coming anywhere near NFL ratings. Let's put that in there. They might be growing. But they got a long ways to go to touch those ratings.
Here's the thing. This is my take on the whole CTE thing, and it's not to make light of it, because it's very serious. Absolutely serious. But if you're a parent and just now you're realizing that football could lead to injury,
brain injuries.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Have you watched a football game?
Have you watched? Have you
Yes, it makes sense. Like, obviously, and there's a name, and there's more studies, but there's not even that much. There's not enough information even yet. And it's probably going to be, once we do get more and more studies, it's probably going to be, I can't imagine it's going to look good. But, like, shoot, just because there's a name for it now, I feel like any parent who was not going to let their kid play football was not letting their kid play football. And
yeah, no.
Anyone needs to. On the topic of football.
I would agree with that. On topic of football.
Got a sweet little. We got 6 finalists for the name of the elusive Washington football team.
Apparently, they're going to keep their logo and name up until 2022, right?
Yep. Yeah. This season is going to be football team, which I like, dude. Something about it really just hits. I don't mind
the football. I don't think they should change it.
I like the name. I like football team, and I like that they just have the number on the helmet because it's just a football team. I like it. But that can't be.
I think they should rebrand.
I like it, but I think it's because it's so ridiculous that there's a football team called football team. But we're down to 6. The Warriors was eliminated, and I believe it was because it was it could be interpreted in a way that still is associated with like Native American heritage, which in my opinion, I can see it, but like I think there's several.
When I think of Warriors, I think of like Spartans, not
Yeah, or like a
Native
Samoan
Americans.
warrior, or like
Yeah.
there's just like there's a war. I feel like a warrior is a pretty broad thing.
But again,
It can be
we're trying
applied to
get
several
away-
different cultures.
Yeah, we're
But I
trying to
see
get
the
away
point.
from
Yes, I can see that it can be
Yeah.
associated. So that has been eliminated. We are left with the Red Wolves, which I always
Which is a
thought was
good
a
one.
tough one. The Red Wolves is tough.
because that's got some kind of history behind it, right? That was for a reason. The Red Wolves is something.
I don't know. It's Arkansas
Anyways,
State.
Keep going.
Name. The Red Tails. So just like
And
that.
no,
but, like,
okay, that's the one I was thinking of. Sorry. Because that's the
Oh yeah. It's the Tuskegee Airmen, the
yeah,
nation's
Tuskegee
first
Airmen.
black aviators in the U.S. Army Air Corps, and they had red tails on their planes, which would be
Yeah.
sick because that would mean they could have like a sick fighter plane logo. That'd be tough, and it goes good with Washington. You know.
Yeah.
I like that one. The
that's a
Hogs
good one.
or the Red Hogs.
What's with the red? Why are they still going on this red thing?
Isn't that so? Like, we can't do Warriors because it's too associated, but we're just gonna throw red in the name and act like that wasn't
Acts
the
like it
problem
didn't
in the first
stem
place.
it didn't stem from the problem before. Like, maybe.
But anyway,
No, I like the Red Tails. I think
the Red
that'd be good.
Hogs is because the Hogs was a nickname for Washington's offensive line in the early 1980s until its first or until their final Super Bowl. They were just a really good unit called the Hogs. And then this is actually in the little blurb about it. It says Hogs/Red Hogs, and it says, as for Red Hogs, I guess this gets a mention because some believe the new nickname must have red in front of it. That's like, I was literally like, I don't even know why they're saying Red Hogs at this point because hogs aren't even red. And then there's the Senators, which is boring.
Boring.
Boo.
We
And
don't
then
want
there's
the
the
Senators.
Commanders and the Generals, which is a little bit less boring than Senators.
I kind of like the Commanders. That's kind of cool.
But and Ron Rivera has ties to the military as well, so a lot of people are thinking they
Ah.
might go down the military route, as Dan Snyder does too. And then finally, the football team or the football club, or Washington FC, something like that.
I say you either keep it Washington football team. I kind of like the Red Tails thing just because it's a good opposite direction. Of where they were
I
at
really
before.
like Red Tails, and it ties.
I think
in-
Red Tails is really cool.
I think, and again, like a plain logo would be so.
Oh, you could do
sick.
so much with it. You could
It
literally
would be
get an airplane, like a red tail
so
airplane, and
sick.
fly it over the stadium.
Yeah, I think it has the
That'd
best
be so
historical value. It's gonna be the coolest looking one. I also think Red Wolves is like a nice one if you don't want to do something like a plane.
Yeah.
Like if you want to take it a little more basic with like a little animal guy.
And like I said, from a team that was called the Redskins and had so much scrutiny under their name before, it'd be good to honor something.
Yeah, do something.
Like, just do it better.
Yeah, we're a culture is doing something good instead of just using a racist name for it, like acknowledging an important moment in history for our country and
Yeah.
people with it.
I like
Yeah,
that.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't
Listen-
don't call them football club. That literally means a
No,
soccer
no,
team.
no. Yeah, that's no. We're not soccer.
Come
We're
on,
not
guys.
soccer.
Come
No,
on,
nope,
guys.
Nope. If they get called Washington FC, I will no.
I would only accept it if it was DCFC, but they won't do that because it's too
Well, that
fun.
was kind of cool.
Or if they called it the Washington American Football Club. They have to add, and then it could be the WAFC.
The WAFC.
So, I'm
All right,
liking
well,
Red Tails.
I like Red Tails. I think that's. I think.
Wonder
that's
if there's
the
any
decision
like
on that one,
logo mock-ups we can look at.
probably.
Oh,
I do-
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See,
Oh,
just a
see.
plane flying around. That's exactly what we needed here. This is what we need. This is what will save sports in general. Let me. Oh, jeepers. One sec. That's cool. They keep the colors. Because you can keep the colors because the plane has red on it. And then you can do. They worked in the yellow like the sky. Here it is. I love that. I think that looks sick. And I'm going to be so mad that I'll never purchase any Red Tails merchandise because
Because
I can't, dude. I can't. I'm under contract.
I know.
But dang, I like that. It's clean.
Ooh, that is kind of cool. I don't mind that at all.
It seems that, and there's several mock-ups that look like this, so this must be like an official kind of.
I
Like
will say though,
a
I have
potential
absolutely
idea.
no problem with Washington football team. I do like that.
Me
name
neither.
a
It's
lot.
fun.
I like that name a lot.
I just feel like I might just like it because it's so funny.
Yeah,
Like,
it does kind of feel like you can make fun of it.
Every time I think of saying, "Oh, and the Washington football team," I like laugh in my head a little bit. I'm like, they're a football team, and they're calling them football team.
A little football team.
Look at them go.
All right. Well, we do have a MLB bet tonight, so.
I just want to say, I hope. No, I don't hope. But if the Washington football team won the Super Bowl this year, and forever, the football team will be the champions, and you can never take it away, that would be one of my favorite things. Like, it would probably be the happiest I could be with the with a divisional opponent beating us and winning the Super Bowl. That is the happiest I could be. If there is a Super Bowl champion forever in history, every time someone opens up that Wikipedia page, it says football team 2021.
All right. We have Uno bets tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, Boston Red Sox. The big rivalry tonight. We do not know who's pitching for the Yankees yet. However, Eduardo Rodriguez is pitching for the Boston Red Sox, and he fucking sucks. He's not good. 5.52 ERA, on base percentage 325. I don't see his.
Oh, dude, I missed hearing you talk about ERAs.
I know, right? It's been so long. He is way off track from where he was last season and the season before that. He is not pitching very well.
Oh, dude. Never mind. Sorry.
In his last starts, he actually had a good start the other day against Oakland, but just listen to these earned runs in his last 10. 4-0, 2-3, 4, 6-3, 6-4, 5. Yikes. He did pitch pretty well against the Yankees last time he pitched. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 0 walks, and a dinger. But yeah, he should get shelled, especially on the road. He's not as good. I have no idea who's pitching for the Yankees, but it doesn't really matter because he's probably going to give up a couple runs anyways. I like the over in this one. Over 10. 10 is set at minus 104, it looks like, on Sugar House, FanDuel. The line's not out for a lot of books for some reason. I'm not seeing this anywhere. I'm going to guess it's because they don't know who the Yankees pitcher is. I guess that's why. However, I still like over 10 just because Rodriguez is on the mound, but I will not have an official play on that until the Yankees have a pitcher actually announced. Also, I need to check our tennis parlay, see if Laxinen pulled that one out. Where are you, Laxinen?
Oh, I got DraftKings does have odds up. I'm putting one.
He does. They do.
Yeah.
What is it at? 10
Sox.
10 is what?
Minus 104. Unders minus 118. Sox are plus 108 on the money line. Yanks are minus 127.
Laxinen won, baby. Thank you, Stephanie. One more game, baby. I'm still going for my undefeated tennis run. Undefeated tennis capper. I have never lost a tennis bet, by the way.
That's awesome.
Like,
man.
throw that out
Look at
there.
that, bro.
All 3 of them.
Look at you.
All 3 parlays. All right, Stephanie. Stephanie, did you put any money on that? It was I put $31.25 to win 100. Like,
oh, that nice even clean.
That nice even plus 320. Let's go, Laxinen. I don't even think that's how you say his name. He's Switz.
What?
Swiss. He's Swiss. Dude, I was trying to think for so long on how to say it. I was like, what?
He's Switzerlandian.
Well, because I was thinking Swedish, and I was like, no, it's
Yeah.
Switzerland. Like, Switz. Oh, he's Switz. No. He's Swiss. Sorry. Laxinen? I don't know.
I was like, I thought, dude, I wasn't even gonna say anything because I thought it was something. I thought it was like a baseball thing I didn't understand. I was like, oh yeah, he is.
Oh, we're waiting on.
He does tend to switz, doesn't he?
We're waiting for. God, dude. See, I didn't have a problem with screwing up people's names until Stephen A did it, and now I have a problem with screwing up people's names. I have a real problem with it. He's from Peru. His name is Varilis. Varilis. Varias. Varias. I bet. 2 L's in Cuba. It's gotta be. It's gotta be silent
That's
L's,
a
right?
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
yeah. Varila. Fuck this.
Varias.
I'm sorry. I
Varias.
can't do it. Varias. Yes. Thank you.
think.
Yes, we are just waiting on him to take on the number 8 ranked player. That game starts in 2 minutes. Very excited.
But the team totals are 4.5 too.
What is the Yankees team total? What's the juice on that?
129 minus 129.
See, I don't know who's pitching for Yankees yet. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. But yes, I like that over 10 no matter what. I have a feeling that when the Yankees announce their pitcher, since Rodriguez is pitching, I'm guessing the Yankees aren't going to put an ace up there. I have a feeling that line is going to jump to 10.5 or 11. Juan Julio Farias. He does have a cool name.
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
that's
that
a
line will
lot
probably
of
go up,
letters.
I know.
They're sneaky.
That line probably goes up. I'm expecting like a 7-5 game, so I would still take it up to 11, but it probably will jump. So take it early if you want. If you expect the Yankees to pitcher to not be as good, like I expect them to be, I'll probably take that line pretty early because that probably will go up. But it is noon. Do we have anything else? Any bets? Anything? What is there to bet on today? We already got tennis covered. Oh my god, in tennis. NHL is done. MLB, we gotta wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow, fellas, for who's in here. Betting. Text coming by. The man, the myth, the legend, the god, MLB bettor himself.
Can't believe
will be
you
on
don't.
the show. I see him tweeting out that he has a 10-unit play ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm very excited to listen to whatever that is.
Hey.
That will be hammered, I can promise you. And the fellas aren't bad at betting on baseball. I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I'm gonna impress Tech tomorrow. Probably not, but yeah, you better show up because it's gonna be. That man is a crazy bastard, and I like him a lot. He knows what he's talking about. So that's tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait.
We also have big announcements. Big fucking announcements. Very
Things
excited.
are changing, fellas.
Things
For
are
the
changing
better.
and getting better.
Our faces will be less grainy.
Hey,
And we
actually,
won't
I don't
be-
know. I don't know if I want a high definition camera on my face. I kind of like the fact that you can't see my pores.
Oh,
I want everyone to know my. I want everyone to know my
Oh
skin
no,
quality.
bro! I got some crazy nose pores, but we'll be far enough away. Hopefully, we won't be confined to these little boxes anymore. I'm like a mime. I'm so.
We need to go. We need to get out of here. This show's
Yeah,
terrible.
we've got. Hey, so just so you all know, there's a lot. The fellas are up to a lot next couple days and this weekend. We got moves to make. We'll let you in on some
Literal.
more tomorrow. Oh, hint. Oh.
Yeah. But enjoy the scenery that you see now, because it'll be gone soon.
But trust me, you won't miss it.
You won't miss.
Oh
All
man.
right, get out of here. Everyone better get your ass in here tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. We are lighting this bitch up.
Lickety split.
Lickety splickety split.
That's
all
too
right, get
far.
out of here.
I can't believe
Yeah,
you just
get
said
out.
that.
Get
I
out.
can't. I can't.
See you
believe
tomorrow,
You just said
10
that.
a.m., 10 to 12. We need to go because we got to take care of some things today.
Oh yeah. Thanks for everyone in the chat, especially Stephanie.
Appreciate it.
Always,
Thank you,
always
Stephanie,
just a
as
legend.
always.
Always a legend in the chat.
Always a legend. Court
Appreciate
Vision,
the support.
Jason, appreciate you guys stopping by as well.
Oh,
I know
of course,
Jason,
of course.
I know Jason's on that work grind right now with us in his little,
Yeah.
us in his little top right of his corner.
Hey,
while he's got the
Jason.
dual monitors. Hey,
Don't get
Jason.
fired.
Don't get fired, Jason. Not on my account. Yeah, but we will see. No, just no. All right, we will see you tomorrow. Get out of here. Enjoy your day. Go win some money. Go Farias.
Hey. Undefeated.
Rise.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, fellas. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Thursday.
A-okay.
Ayo.